Hey there, guys. Today I wanted to share a little bit more about the Digital Nomad Income Strategy Toolkit. You may have seen me mention it. So if you haven't seen me mention it, then this is your first introduction. But if you see me mention it, especially on YouTube, you know about it a little bit. It used to be called, so formerly known as the Digital Nomad Business Starter Kit. That's where you've seen it, the Digital Nomad Business Starter Kit. But over the last week, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, I've been researching and just pulling up a lot of the experiences I've had and pulling in a lot more information to make it a broader resource, to not just make it about, because I had already included passive income streams, and that's not really, well, I guess that's business, but passive income streams a different kind of business, right? You're just hopefully sitting on the beach and making bank, sleeping at night making bank. That's a little different from actually sitting at your computer for 5 hours a day or something. But now it also includes things you hadn't thought about, like grants, fellowships, country grants. So not just grants like from organizations within the US, but country grants and other ways that digital nomads throughout the world are now making bank that you don't even know about or you haven't considered. It includes all of that. It not only includes these things, not like lists and lists and lists of these things, it has strategies around how to go about getting some of these. It has example templates for writing pitches to get some of these things, this free cash. It has information about countries that offer these incentives to get you there, these grants. I mean, a couple of them offer six figures in grants to get you there. Several of them are in Italy alone. Then there's New Zealand, there's a bunch of other countries. But I provide some information about the country, the grant, and the description of what it's all about, the scholarships and fellowships, and other grants that are specific to private organizations that are available to you. That's free money. And this is for people who have dreamt of moving abroad, who've dreamt of traveling more, have getting out of the corporate rat race, or getting out of the heavy burden of running your own company. I've done that. I know that. Both of those things. I've done them. I know them. I know the 16, 18-hour days. I know the not having a job you really love. I've had jobs I really love, but I know what it's like to have the ones you really hate, or being in an environment in a job where you like the work, but you hate the environment and you don't get to take your vacations. Or if you take them, you still got to be available. Oh my God, just thinking about that stuff gets me stressed out and back to day one, back to then. Just brings me back and I don't want to go back. But dreaming of exiting that and traveling more and having freedom to move about the world and making your own income. And how much do you even need to make depending on where you live? It might be half as much as you make now. So you can still make the same, but only spend half as much if you want to as a digital nomad. So this strategy toolkit includes not only money you earn through monetizing skills you already have, many of which you've forgotten, many of which you've decided you couldn't get done, but you can, that won't work for you, but they will. It not only includes that and strategies for how you can monetize that, how you can approach that, how you can price those offers you create from the skills that you already have when you monetize them. It also includes passive income strategies and passive income streams for you to consider, and all this free money from countries and companies and universities and other places that you can get to fund your dream of living abroad. So it's now called the Digital Nomad Income Strategy Toolkit. So that's the cover, the new cover. The other covers looked a lot different. It's been through about 4 versions now. So this is the newest version. You can see the date. It says, listen, today's the 29th, and I'm showing you this already. You're getting a preview. You're getting a preview, maybe because I'm so excited about it. Okay, so look, here's what's inside. Don't know how much of this you can see, but that's a lot of information in here, because each of these aren't page numbers. These are section numbers. Each section has several pages. So there you go. There are, I think, somewhere between 130, 140 pages. I lost track because every few weeks between those versions, I'm working on answering more questions. Like if I see people ask questions, if I see people mention challenges, I'm like, oh, how does this fit into this guide? how does it relate to this? And if it does, I'm going to be on it. If I have an experience in it, have experiences in it, or I have learned a lot about it because I did the research for myself, I'm putting it in here to share with you. So this is a lot of what's in it. And by the way, there are subsections to some of these sections. So keep that in mind. There's a little intro to me. These are the first, I think, 4 pages here that I'm showing you. The cover, the what's inside, the about me. You can read that anytime. And then a little bit of instruction how to use it. This is just one of the pages that goes into that. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's pretty much the whole section there. There's like a 7-step how to use this kit thing. There's a checklist to launch. So that's what you got there, right? And then we've got, I don't want to show you everything in this preview. I do not. So there are quick launch tools that are available to you. And I put 6 of them that I use at least weekly. Some I use daily in my business, right? And then I have like a little discussion about business being a dirty word because a lot of people I talk to when I do business coaching, they are the idea of business just puts fear in their mind. It makes them procrastinate. It makes them just throw away the idea, the dream of doing something. They lose a lot of confidence in themselves. So I try to approach the word business in a different way and have people think more about you're providing a service to someone that is going to make their life easier, and that's the truth. And the way to really think about it is how many things do you hire people to do for you that you could do for yourself? And some of these people who would ask you to do something for them couldn't do the thing for themselves. But somehow when we think of ourselves helping someone else, sometimes it is day-to-day life things that we're helping them with that they could do for themselves. You're saving them time. You're giving them time to be with their family. You're giving them time to do things they really enjoy. So if you don't want to use the word business, that's fine. Just use the word service. That's my preference too. All right, and then we talk about like identifying your skills. There's a whole strategy around getting in there, digging deep, and finding the skills you have. Because there's things you thought about when you were younger that you've put out to pasture. You've decided no, that can't happen, but it can. So just revisit that because it's important that you look at the things you really love. I mentioned my Launchpad Bootcamp waitlist in here. There's Launchpad Bootcamp, and I'm taking accepting people on the waitlist right now for the next iteration of that. So there's a way to get on that wait list. You're not paying anything to be on the wait list. You're just joining the wait list. So when the information goes out, you're one of the first to know. And if there is an early bird registration, discount, you'll want to be one of the first to know so you can grab it. All right. And then I kind of differentiate between your skills and your offers. There are a lot of pages in between. I hope this recording records the lower parts. You can kind of see that. So I talk about skills and offers and what they are, to really differentiating. And I talk about where you can promote your skills and then where you can market your offers. And then I go into, so that's marketing your offers, pricing your offers, because you have to be really clever about pricing. And there are ways to do that that makes it easier for you to make a sale. So that's covered in here too. So it's not just a list of things. Okay. So there are ways to also make your offer sell by presenting a unique angle to your offer or something unique about you that your audience can relate to, depending on the kind of offer you have, the kind of thing you're trying to sell. So when I'm talking about monetizing your skills, this could be that you're creating digital products and you sell the products. It could be that you are teaching something that you already know by video, by pre-recording, by doing them live, whatever. There's a lot, or you actually doing something, building something, providing a product to someone else. So this could fit into almost anywhere as long as there's a way to make this into something remote, something you can do from, say, you're in Italy and your customer is in the US, in New York, you're still able to provide the service remotely or provide the product, get the product to them from a remote location. You're good. This is going to work for you. All right. And then I kind of give some examples of unique angles. I talk a little bit about collaborating with others and I give you some example templates and pitches to put into to initiate a collaboration. I tell you what to look for and how to approach it. And also, you kind of see what the real benefits are of doing this once you read through this section. And then there are a ton of these example pitches for you. All right, then I go into, I think it's over 200 now, but remote business ideas, like just goes on and on and on. And even if any one of these business ideas, one's going to work for you. If one doesn't work for you, just looking through this list is going to start getting your brain just popping. You're going to get all kinds of new ideas coming to your mind just because you are looking through this list, I promise you. And then I think there are over 300 ideas actually, because there are more ideas here. And then we go into brainstorming more ideas. So now you've looked at my almost 300 ideas, which is not kicking off ideas in your mind, but I also take you through a practice to help you brainstorm additional ideas. Because I want you to first identify the skills, but also find ideas for offers that are not only going to make you money, but that you find enjoyable and that make your life easy, as easy as possible. Okay, so it's not just about, hey, this makes you money. A lot of things can make you money. It's what's going to make life easy for me, what's going to make the priority be me living my life optimally, and then helping someone else through service and not being stressed out, like just finding ease, finding the Zen spot and just enjoying that. Okay. And then it goes into, 'cause there are a lot of pages, like I said, corporate contracts. I've met a lot of people who think because they've never worked in corporate or because the thing they'd like to do is not typically thought of as corporate, that they can't offer corporate contracts. But listen, it could be as easy as art class for their employees as something you offer to help de-stress employees, right? An option for them to go in to do this as a de-stressor or as a team building exercise. There are a lot of unconventional, non-traditional corporate offers you can make that. So these corporate contracts area, I'm not going to go into all of it, but I give you even some templates on pitches for corporate contracts and examples. That's quite a few examples of ideas you may not have thought about. All right, and then so like I said, there's some pitches. Let's get out of that. We just did that already. Passive income streams. I go into quite a few of those examples of what you could do. Talk in a little more depth about drop shipping as a passive income stream, but there are plenty of others in here. I talk about affiliate programs that are available for a lot of digital nomads are actually utilizing that'll help them make some extra money. So you get these set up, you get these structured, you build on them, you work on them for a couple months to get them going, and then just let them sit and just revisit once in a while. Passive income, baby. And then countries that offer grants, man, this is the most beautiful part of this, is that a country is willing to pay you to come to their country, come to their town. There are a lot of villages and towns and cities in different parts of the world where the population declined, but now they're rebuilding, and part of their strategy for rebuilding is to offer incentives for others to come there and to build businesses or to come there and rebuild homes or whatever. But it's a great opportunity for you to live in an environment that you might actually enjoy. So you want to research first the area about the location, but they're beautiful, beautiful areas that you can live in that just bring you the peace you're looking for, bring you the joy you're looking for, or very close to areas, to beaches you want to get to, or cities you want to visit often. You don't know until you look into it. So I provide you with some destinations and some of the information about different grants and the amounts that are included. All right. And then we have some miscellaneous funding opportunities like scholarships, fellowships, grants. I go into those and describe them for you and provide you information about researching them and all that. But you don't know until you research and apply. So do not say no to yourself. Let someone else tell you no. You tell yourself yes. And then I provide you with templates for your cover letter, maybe if you're applying for some of these grants and or scholarships, just a cover letters, examples, templates for you to use. I go a little bit into U.S. income tax treaties because there are different rules that apply to you when you're a digital nomad, depending on the country you're in. And the U.S. has income tax treaties with some countries, not all. That's available on the IRS website. I am by no means a financial advisor, a tax advisor, or a legal advisor, but this information is publicly available. The IRS version of this is very legalese. It's very complex discussions and descriptions. And I'm not sure it's as clear as it could be, but I provide you with a lot of resources, additional resources that can help. They break it down. They break it down so you can understand, one, is there a treaty? Two, is it relevant to you? Three, why is it relevant to you and what that means? and all the other stuff. I also tell you what you need to look for as you're doing your research. So there's a whole section on that. And then there's the FAQs area, which I want to build out some more, but right now it only has about 8 or 10 questions in there. As they come in, I add new stuff in there. And that's about it. I mentioned some additional resources, and I just kind of congratulate you and wish you well on your way. But you don't have to do this all alone. Like I said, there's this, but then there's also the boot camp. And for now, I'm taking just wait lists. You can just get on the wait list until another cohort starts. But for now, you're just going to be able to get on the wait list, and that costs you absolutely nothing, but it gets you gets you foot in the door, get your foot in the door. So that is the Digital Nomad Income Strategy Toolkit. I'm going to give you a preview so you can swipe through some of these pages. I think I lost track of the number of pages, probably around 140. And I'm going to let you look through about 1/4 of those pages. I'm going to give you a little preview so you can look a little harder at those pages. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Bye bye.